If you were expecting this chapter to be action-packed and have a lot of crazy stuff happening, well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but that's just not this chapter, and that's okay. Some people do need to realize that, and this isn't just a One Piece thing, but this is just any piece of fiction. Not every chapter is going to be a 10 out of 10, have a bunch of action. It's going to be some chapters that are a little bit boring, like a lot of lore dumps and information heavy chapters, and that's what this chapter was, more so about world building and lore. And sometimes those make for decent chapters. I mean, since I guess chapter 1079, we've had a lot of action-packed stuff, and that was dang near 10 weeks, not even including different Oda breaks. So some people have to realize that they will have some average chapters, and that's fine. But what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Potential Unleashed. I am back doing another chapter review. This is One Piece chapter 1089, titled Under Siege. It was an okay chapter, a lot of information, a lot of world building, like I mentioned earlier, but nevertheless, I'm still here to do a review. But if you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. With that away, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's get into the review. The chapter starts off with us at Fuchsia Village because news has gone around talking about Garp and Luffy and everything that's going on with them, talking about how Garp is captured on Hashinosu and that he has returned, and then the mayor's like, hey, no need to be concerned because Garp, he's a legend, so he's used to stuff like this. Makino, she's worried, Dada, and everybody's worried about everything that's going on, which is understandable. This is Luffy's hometown, where Garp, well, I don't know if it's necessarily Garp's hometown, but Garp has made appearances there plenty of times, so everybody is concerned, which they rightfully should be. All of a sudden, all throughout the One Piece world, so all the seas, East Blue, West, North, South, the Grand Line, even the Red Line, there was an earthquake that has never been recorded at this level, and a lot of people are freaking out, not sure what's going on. And apparently, because of Lucia being nuked and everything that happened, apparently that the tide or the sea floor has been risen by about 1 meter, and if you guys don't know what that is in feet, it's about 3.2 feet. This is important for a few reasons, at least for me. Whenever Lelouch got nuked, I never really thought about the implications of the world, not necessarily in terms of like the population, people figuring out that something happened to the country, but how it being nuked affected the, I believe it's the topography, I think that's how you pronounce it, of the world, with all the different locations. Because if you look at it, people are talking about how the beach, like the shore, they can't run on it anymore, how somebody said they can't even live where they are because there are sharks in their homes, and the islands that they're on have water that are on the land. And so many different individuals, their life is now ruined. And I find this funny because how the Celestial Dragons and Emu and all of them, well, they're living on the Red Line. People of Wano, they're safe as well because of how high they are and that they are a closed off country. But the Celestial Dragons aren't going to care because it doesn't affect them. Look at Water 7. We know that the Aqua Laguna comes periodically and they have to prepare and leave and go to higher ground because of it. But because this happened so suddenly, the different people who are on the lower, I guess, I don't really know what it's called, I'm going to say platforms or locations compared to being on higher ground, this messes with their daily lives. We've known this for a long time, but we got a little bit more details on everybody who is here for Egghead Island and the things that are about to go down. It includes Saint Garcia Saturn, we know he's there, Kizaru, and there are 9 Navy Vice Admirals. There are also 30,000 Marine soldiers. I believe there's over 100 fleets that are there, so it's going to be insane. And at first I thought, well, why the fluff are they sending all these people? And they said it's supposed to be bigger than a Buster Call. But then I thought about it. These Straw Hats at Enies Lobby, everything that went down when the Buster Call was called and when it was executed, these Straw Hats still escaped. And so if they escaped that, then, well, logically, it would make sense for them to send something that's bigger so that they won't be able to escape. And looking at it, not even including Robin, because her bounty's high and she's very important, but there are 4 members on that crew that have over a billion berry bounty. Not to mention there's Vegapunk and his Stellas, there's Sentomaru and his Pacifistas, there is CP0. Granted, I don't necessarily know whose side they're on at this moment, but I don't think they would want to die. There's also the 4 Seraphims that are there as well, so it makes sense that they are prepared to fight a massive battle. We know that Vegapunk, Sentomaru, and Kizaru, they have a special relationship. Something that stood out to me in this chapter talked about how Sentomaru was like, hey, you know, Vegapunk, he spent time with you, studied your laser in order to make the laser for the pacifist, and are you really going to kill him? And then Kizaru said, hey, I'm just following orders. He shouldn't have been searching about the Void Center. I find this interesting because in the last few chapters, Garp and Aokiji, it was the master and student going against each other and everything that they've been through. And then there's Kizaru and Vegapunk, how they have a relationship, everything that they went through. And so I want to know who is going to be the person that kind of mentored Akainu, because I don't want to say that Vegapunk and Garp are lazy, but we know that they're genuinely good people. And so Aokiji and Kizaru, their sense of justice isn't necessarily as bad as others. They're just following orders because they don't want to get in trouble from people above. I understand that. But who made Akainu this justice, like killing everybody, just the type of person he is? I just want to know who mentored him, and I can't wait to see his backstory. Apparently, the reason why Kizaru and the rest of them can't invade Egghead Island is because the dome is at 100%, so nobody can go in and out. I also find it funny how they talked about Jewelry Boney being here, and Saint Garcia Saturn was like, oh, she's just a little girl, so we can let her be, which I don't really know why he would do that. Typically, he don't give a fluff. He's a noble, a celestial dragon, so why should he care about other individuals? I don't know, that just didn't make much sense to me. There's also the other laboratory individuals that worked there. They escaped, and Saint Garcia Saturn said, hey, I want you guys to sink them. They can't get away because maybe they have knowledge of the Void Century, which goes back to what I said about Jewelry Boney. She's there, so why shouldn't they question whether or not she has some knowledge of the Void Century? I'm not really sure about that one. But then we get a call from Egghead Island. It is York. She is contacting Mary Joa and Kizaru and the people that are outside of Egghead Island. They are listening in, and York has talked about, hey, I want to, you guys to make me a celestial dragon after everything that I've done for you guys, spilling the beans on Vegapunk. You guys definitely should listen to me. And York's like, well, with all these battleships out here, it seems like you're going to kill me, so I need you guys to make me a celestial dragon, and in turn she will be able to reproduce the mother flame that the elders want. And in order to do that, she needs the island not to be attacked, because the parts that she needs and the different technology that she has available, it's only at Egghead Island. So in order to reproduce the mother flame, Egghead Island basically needs to stay unharmed. Then she has one more condition, and she needs to be saved. Apparently everybody's here. The Straw Hats, Vegapunk, there is Rob Lucci, Zora has York pinned down. She's in handcuffs, she has a sword by her. Luffy's eating. Usopp has the transponder nail next to her, and she needs to be saved because she's like, Straw Hat Luffy has kidnapped me. And everybody's sitting here like, oh, well, I guess if we just take her as a shield, we can get away. And so that's how the chapter ends. There's a break next week. Pretty interesting chapter. One thing I do want to mention here, though, is Robin is not here. The Stellas are not here, and Kaku isn't here as well. I think this is interesting. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I think she's out somewhere just looking at different things to connect to the Void Century, maybe about Saul. I'm not sure why she wouldn't be in this panel, because every single one of the Straws are here, and also she's one of the most important people for them, and she shouldn't be out on her own just in case she could get kidnapped. But at the same time, it's not really like they can leave or anybody can get in. I just find that interesting. I think in a chapter of Wano, there was a lot of people like, oh, where's Robin and she's not here, what happened to her, especially with Green Bull there. I think it's something similar to that. It's not really that big of a deal that she isn't here. I also want to mention, so many people were talking about, oh, the Straw Hats are an Emperor crew, and yet they're struggling against these Seraphims. Well, I mean, it proves that they weren't really struggling, they weren't really going all out. I mean, who's going to want to exhaust themselves when they know that some important people are coming to the island to try to take them out, so they're going to have to save as much strength as possible. We'll definitely be getting a flashback over the next, probably I'd say anywhere between 1 to 3 chapters, about how the Straw Hats ended up in this situation where they have the upper hand against York. They defeated the pacifists and now are preparing to escape. Can't wait for that. Like I mentioned earlier, nothing really special necessarily happened in this chapter. It wasn't really action packed, and that's fine. It was an okay chapter. We need those periodically. But let me know how you guys feel about this chapter in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. It's on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.